Hello and welcome to today's video, and today we find ourselves in the woods, and it's just a little stop off as I was passing. The usual thing, I was passing, this was a flag in a woodland that I would like to visit. Now the actual proper woodland is just across the way, across the road where I've parked the car, but it looks very busy today. It's school half term, and so everywhere's pretty busy at the moment, and quite rightly so. So what I've done is I've come across the road to a piece of woodland that doesn't look very well used as much, and there might be a reason for that, I don't know, but we'll find out in a minute, won't we? So I'm going to go and have a look around for some compositions, and while I do that, I'd like to take you back a couple of days to a very similar stop off that I did over at the coast, and something interesting that I found over there. So I'll take you back over there a couple of days ago and then come back to me shortly, and hopefully I'll have some compositions for you. Today I find myself on the beach. When I came out this morning, I wasn't planning on being on any beach at all, but here we are. So yeah, the plan was really to get out and take some pictures of some trees maybe, and the colours, the fall colours that are going on at the moment. But as I was passing, I saw this on the internet about this tidal bell, which caught my interest, and as I was just driving by, it was only a 5-minute stop off, so I thought I'd pop out and have a look. So yes, that's what we're going to do today. We're going to take a few images of this, and then hopefully get some tree shots as the sun's going down. We've got a few light rays going on over there as well. But yeah, I'm hoping on the way back, I think I'm about an hour or so, maybe 2 hours away from home. So on the way back, we might find some woodland that we can enjoy as the sun goes down. But that's it for today. So hopefully if you join me for the next 5-10 minutes, that would be great. What I've done is I've kept the horizon on the top third of the composition, and I've put that razor shell on the bottom third. Now there's quite a bit of negative space in between the two, and although on the back of the camera it looks quite nice, it'd be interesting to see what that looks like back in post. Okay, well that was a bit mad for a few minutes. With the sun coming out, it went very, very, very harsh, but we had some really, really, really good light across all these sand dunes, all these ripples in the sand, plus on the side of the bell. So I'll stick the image up that I got there, but it was a absolutely frantic couple of minutes just to get that before it went in behind the cloud again. So I'm going to pack up all my gear and stuff now, and then I'm going to head back to the car. And here we are, back in the woods. And this is what we should have been doing on that day, instead of stopping off at the beach. But it was a nice little surprise, and it was quite an interesting find, and it'd be a place well worth going back to have a look at. Sadly, we need to find ourselves a personality still, I know that, but we're working on it, and it's really awkward talking on a camera, and on that day there was lots of people watching as well, so I didn't hang around. But let me show you what we found here today. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to use my camera handheld at the moment, just so I can get a level as to how high I want the camera to be. My feeling is to go down really low and pick up these leaves. So we'll see how that goes, but it does help if you put batteries in your camera, because if you're an idiot like me, you don't do it. Well, I thought for a minute that was going to be easy to find a composition here, with all these beautiful trees and all these leaves and this colour. I was very, very wrong. It was just a case of trying to find a strong foreground, obviously to lead the viewer's eyes into the scene. Now the scene itself looked nice, but there just wasn't that sort of, it didn't come together. It wasn't complete. So what I've ended up doing is scooting down behind this tree, and what was nice was the ferns just here are being backlit. And I'm hoping with I've basically exposed for the highlights, so we've got detail in the highlights, and it's just whatever the shadows are is what the shadows are. And I've got a feeling that the tree trunk itself might be blown out. It's a mediocre shot at best, but I'll put that up for you now. And I think that might just show that, you know, not every shot that you take is going to be an epic one. I mean, I know you try to do epic shots, but we'll see how we go with that. Hopefully the foreground is strong enough. What I might do is just bring the camera in a little bit tighter, maybe just to get rid of anything that's in the background altogether, and just pick up on the details of the fern. So maybe I'll put up two photographs. I'm saying fern, is it bracken? I know bracken branches, doesn't it? And ferns kind of unravel, so I think they're ferns. So anyway, I'll put that up for you now. Okay, so I'm not sure whether that shot has worked out. You've probably seen the image already, but hopefully it's worked out. The sun went away, it's gone behind some clouds now, so it's playing hard to get. So I hung around to try and improve on the composition and trying to improve on the image quality, but I still think the leaf is a little bit too soft for my liking. It's not, you know, tack sharp. So we'll see how it goes. I'll have a proper look when we're back in post. But I just did a 180 and span around, and noticed that some of these ash trees are hanging down. I'm sure they're ash trees. Are hanging down in front of the wall that separates the woodland from the road. And so the way they were just hanging down there, the contrast between the light leaves and the dark stone work is, it looks really quite nice. So I've put on the 100 to 400. And I basically opened up the aperture to 5.6 on there, just to give me at least a shutter speed of at least 125th of a second, just to try and freeze the action, because there's a slight breeze. It's not too much, but there's a slight breeze. But I just wanted to try and freeze the action a little bit. I also, with the ISO was up to 800, so I know Sonys are very good with handling the ISO, so I'm hoping that kind of goes across onto the image. So I'm still going to play around just a little bit, for another 5-10 minutes, and then I'm just going to take a walk up to some more woodlands that are just 100 yards up the road, and see what we can find up there. I think that's it for this section of the woodland anyway. I've been told there's another bit of woodland just further up the road there. Now, I know it's getting a bit late in the afternoon and I haven't gone anywhere near where I wanted to go today. But still, hopefully we've got some nice images from this little visit to here. The day's not over yet, so I'm going to take a little walk up there. So I think it's about 5-10 minutes, and we'll see what we can find up there. So I'll see you again shortly. I hope there's nobody on the other end of that. This place is absolutely amazing, and the time that I spent down there I could have spent up here. I'll spin you around in a second and show you all the trees over there, but there's certainly good reason to keep this place in my maps to come back to maybe in a day or two. I don't know yet, see how we go, but the way the beech trees have all turned that golden, vibrant golden colour is absolutely amazing, so definitely worth coming back to. Okay, well, we've got hopefully another composition just over here with all these beech trees. Beech or birch? Beech. But it looks absolutely gorgeous with the vibrant colours. Now, as regards my thinking on this one is from the foreground side of things, is there's just some bracken just appearing just in the corner there, which I'm going to use as a foreground interest to contrast against all these red leaves or the deep browns. We've got some greens and stuff in the corner, and the canopy is looking incredible. Okay, so what I've done is I've got the canopy in the top third of the image, and we've got all the red carpet of leaves underneath, and we've got a nice sort of focus point of green in the middle. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull this myself back a little bit, because I don't know, I just need a bit of interest around the corners of the image. So I'm hoping I might be able to take into consideration some of these overhangs, and there's a tree stump just there as well. So I'm just going to reposition myself over here, and we'll see how we go. Ugh. Right, I've just swung myself around from that last image that I put up for you. Just take into consideration this tree trunk. It was on the right hand side of the image just now, but now I've put it on the left hand because we've got this detail of this beautiful branch snaking its way down into the scene here, and there's a bit of a gnarly tree in the background just there. So obviously when you're taking woodland photography, it's always good to get that balance. If you've got some trunks, try and have something in between two maybe, or try and get three all lined up. It's just a case of trying to balance the picture, because obviously with woodland it can get crazy busy. So it's just a case of trying to crop out stuff. Don't be afraid to take stuff out of the picture, as well as leave things in as well. So I've taken out this kind of, you've got the two stumps here, as you can see there's one quite close. So what I've done is I brought the camera to the right of all that, so cut that one out because we don't need that, and we'll probably end up just cropping it in a little bit more. But I like the detail on the side of the trunk here. It just gives a nice little bit of light relief actually within the scene of the photograph that I'm taking. So again, we'll probably end up doing another focus stack on that. Again, there's not a huge amount of movement. I'm just waiting for the wind to stop before taking the images. And again, any movement I'm hoping will be lost in the busyness of the canopy. This image is basically all about light and colour. Well, about light because the light is gone, but it's all about colour and the contrast between the browns and the greens and the yellows. So hopefully, yeah, there's no reason why it shouldn't. I think this shot should be okay. I'll pop that up for you now. Well, hopefully you've enjoyed today's images on today's video. If you'd like to leave a like and subscribe, and any comments you might have, that'd be fantastic. But this part of the woodland is a place where I'm definitely coming back to. I should have come here first, I think, looking at it. When the sun was out, I mean, this would have lit up absolutely like a cathedral. Absolutely beautiful. But yeah, maybe on the next one. So yeah, until next time, bye for now.